A curious mind begins. Darwin's early life. From a young age, Charles Darwin exhibited an insatiable curiosity about the world around him. Charles Darwin was born a long time ago in 1809. England was his home. The early 19th century was a time of great change and discovery, and young Charles was right in the middle of it. Even as a young boy, Charles loved nature. He would spend hours exploring the natural world, fascinated by the plants and animals he encountered. He explored the fields and forests near his house. These early adventures ignited a lifelong passion for the natural sciences. Darwin's father was a doctor. Robert Darwin was a respected physician, and he had high hopes for his son. He wanted Charles to study medicine. He believed that a career in medicine would be both prestigious and financially rewarding. But Charles was more interested in the natural world. His heart was drawn to the mysteries of nature, rather than the confines of a medical practice. He went to Cambridge University to study religion. Although he was initially enrolled to become a clergyman, his true passion lay elsewhere. At Cambridge, Darwin met a professor named John Henslow. Henslow studied plants. He was a renowned botanist and a pivotal figure in Darwin's life. He saw Darwin's passion for nature. Henslow became Darwin's mentor. Under Henslow's guidance, Darwin's interest in the natural world deepened. Darwin learned a lot from Henslow. He absorbed knowledge about plants, animals, and the scientific methods used to study them. He developed his skills in observation and collecting specimens. These skills were honed through countless hours of meticulous study and fieldwork. These skills would be vital for his future work. They laid the foundation for his groundbreaking contributions to science, which would change the way we understand the natural world. After Cambridge, Darwin got a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. He was a young man, full of curiosity and eager to explore the natural world. This chance would shape his future and the future of science. He was invited to join the HMS Beagle, a ship tasked with surveying the coastlines of South America. This ship was going on a voyage around the world, a journey that promised adventure and discovery. The Beagle set sail in 1831, embarking on what would become a historic expedition. The journey lasted 5 years, covering vast distances and numerous stops along the way. Darwin's job was to be the ship's naturalist. He was responsible for studying the flora and fauna they encountered. He observed and collected plants, animals, and fossils, meticulously documenting his findings. The Galapagos Islands were a highlight of the trip, offering a unique ecosystem unlike any other. These islands are off the coast of South America, isolated and teeming with life. Darwin was amazed by the unique creatures there, each adapted to their specific environment. The Galapagos finches were especially interesting to him. Each island had its own type of finch, with variations that were subtle yet significant. Their beaks were different shapes, adapted to the specific diets available on their home islands. Darwin started to think about how species change over time, laying the groundwork for his theory of evolution by natural selection. After the Beagle voyage, Darwin spent years meticulously studying his findings. He read countless books, delving into various scientific disciplines to understand the natural world better. His study room became a sanctuary of knowledge, filled with specimens and notes. He engaged in extensive discussions with other scientists of his time, exchanging ideas and debating theories. These conversations were crucial in shaping his thoughts and refining his hypotheses. Darwin spent countless hours in deep contemplation, pondering the implications of his observations. He meticulously analyzed the data he had collected, seeking patterns and connections. Through this rigorous process, Darwin realized that species are not fixed. They change over time through a process he called natural selection. He observed how finches on the Galapagos Islands had different beak shapes adapted to their specific diets. Darwin explained this groundbreaking idea in his seminal book on the origin of species. This work laid the foundation for modern evolutionary biology. Published in 1859, the book was revolutionary. It challenged existing beliefs and sparked widespread debate and discussion. In his book, Darwin argued that all living things share a common ancestor. This idea was radical and transformative, suggesting a deep interconnectedness among all forms of life. He proposed that species with advantageous traits are more likely to survive and reproduce, passing these traits on to future generations. This process drives the evolution of species over time. Darwin's theory was simple, yet powerful. It provided a coherent and natural explanation for the diversity of life on Earth, grounded in observable evidence. This theory revolutionized our understanding of biology, offering insights into the processes that shape the natural world and the incredible variety of life forms that inhabit it. It challenged the traditional view that species were created separately, proposing instead that all life is connected through a shared evolutionary history. This idea continues to influence scientific thought and research to this day. Section 4. Stormy Seas. Darwin's ideas sparked debate. Darwin knew his ideas would be controversial. He had evidence to support his theory. But he also knew that many people would reject it. The reaction to On the Origin of Species was mixed. Some scientists were convinced by Darwin's arguments. Others were skeptical. The book sparked heated debates. Religious leaders were among the most vocal critics. They believed that God created all living things. They saw Darwin's theory as a threat to their belief. Despite the controversy, Darwin's ideas slowly gained acceptance. More and more scientists began to see the evidence for evolution. To Section 5, A Sea Change in Thought, Evolution's Acceptance. Over time, Darwin's theory of evolution became a cornerstone of biology. It helped to explain the relationships between different species. It provided a framework for understanding the history of life on Earth. Today, evolution is widely accepted within the scientific community. It is supported by evidence from many different fields, including genetics, paleontology, and molecular biology. Darwin's work revolutionized our understanding of the natural world. His ideas have had a profound impact on science, medicine, and agriculture. Section 6. Darwin's Enduring Legacy, The Power of an Idea. Charles Darwin died in 1882. He is remembered as one of the most important scientists of all time. His work changed the way we think about life on Earth. Darwin's legacy extends far beyond biology. His ideas about natural selection have influenced fields such as economics and computer science. His work continues to inspire scientists today. Darwin's story shows us the power of observation, curiosity, and the scientific method. His willingness to challenge existing ideas helped to advance our understanding of the world.